Well, for more on all of this, Michael Allen is a former senior director for counterproliferation strategy at the National Security Council. With all of those updates that you've just heard, Michael, what are your thoughts this morning as Putin continues his advance?
Well, I'm very worried that Vladimir Putin will begin indiscriminately shelling Ukrainian cities. We're starting to see hints of this on your air and elsewhere online. I think that Putin is frustrated by the news that he's hearing. He does not like that his advance has been slowed and that perhaps they had the wrong military strategy going in. Putin has a history of this, by the way. If you look back at the breakaway Republic of Chechnya, Putin absolutely leveled their capital city of Grozny. You can look online and see the photos of it. I'm worried he's going to do a similar tactic against Ukrainian cities.
Michael, I'm going to take you back to a statement he made last week. It was on video, and apparently it was recorded 3 days before the invasion began, but it was played to the Russian people and the rest of the world at the moment that the invasion started. He talked about warning other countries that any attempt to interfere would lead to consequences you have never seen. And that is a quote, leading many people to think that he was talking about nuclear weapons. And he made a move with regard to that on Sunday. Can you explain the significance of it? The move that he made and how concerned we should be?
Well, we should be concerned because Vladimir Putin, he was always very aggressive, but he's definitely seemed shakier in the last few weeks as we've analyzed the speeches that he's given. So we should take it seriously. But I think most of it, honestly, is him trying to get more leverage in negotiations that he wants to be seen as attempting to begin with Ukraine. He sees the world turning against him. He's trying to say, falsely by the way, that he's willing to sue for peace. And he's trying to get the Europeans to put pressure on the Ukrainians in the talks today and going forward. I don't think they're having any of it, by the way. You see the world rallying to Ukraine. You see javelins, as you mentioned, and stingers being transferred there. And so I think that's what you see, and that's what Putin is threatening when he puts his strategic nuclear weapons force on higher alert.
Michael, your assessment of the sanctions that were put in place so far?
Well, look, I've got to praise the European Union. I'm glad that we've done something on SWIFT and the central bank and some of the banking, the state banks in Russia. But listen, the more I look at this, the more I see loopholes. I hope the United States realizes this and is just trying to get European Union on board. But we need to close these loopholes over time. This needs to be very tough on Russia, and I don't want people to figure out workarounds whereby Russia won't be truly punished.
You're great, Michael. Please come back. We'll check in with you later in the week. A sober voice as to what's happening on the ground to help us make sense.
And a knowledgeable one.